For longer than humanity remembers, the gods ruled. Humanity served as slaves, but life never remains in balance. Power passed to man, and man banished the gods from the world. But something was released. Something older than man has risen. Given their freedom, humanity must fight for survival. Some cling to safety, others fight. It is a time where a man's choices define him.
remember much about what happened?
Just that strange man from the Inquisition. He sailed us straight into it, and then he vanished. The ship must have capsized when we got washed ashore.
Looks like the poor devils over there weren't as lucky as us.
Any idea where we are?
No. Maybe it's another island.
We should get off this beach. This wreckage could draw looters, and they don't like survivors. Good job we arrived. If you're ready, we should make a move. Let's look for a way inland and find some food and fresh water.
need a frying pan. Wish I knew about prospecting. I'm ready. Shall we go?
No time like the present. There must be a path somewhere that leads inland. Let's look for one. Careful. I thought I saw something move in the trees. Get ready. Draw your... Look out! Press. It must have been attracted by the smell of the bodies. At least we have some meat now. We need a fire or a stove. If I have to eat rat, I'm not eating it raw. And if we can find a pan, we can fry it. Fried meat will help restore our energy, even if it is just rat. We could really do with a few healing plants too. Perhaps there's some that grow around here. Keep a lookout. Well done. see those torches? There must be people nearby. Do you think we should head for where the torches are? Well done. Look, it's a house. Looks abandoned. I wonder what happened here.
Something must have driven the occupants away.
Whatever it was, it's certainly not warming me to this place.
Let's take a look around. We might find something useful.
You have a look inside, and I'll keep a watch out here. I'll call if any more of those rats turn up.
Now, who could teach me to pick locks? Looks good. This smells good. I think that's cooked. Doesn't look like there's been anyone in this house for a while. All I found was a locked chest.
Unless you have the key or a talent for picking locks, it's going to stay locked.
I've opened the chest.
Find anything useful?
Just a frying pan. Everything else is junk.
Oh well, at least you can fry up that meat. I could do with a little fried meat right now. You're probably starving too, and we can pretend it's venison.
Here's your fried meat.
At least if you don't think about where it came from. Hey, that's not bad.
We should head further inland.
You go on. I really need to rest. That storm took it out of me. I feel exhausted. I'm going to stay here for a while.
Okay. I'll come back and get you when I know a bit more about this place.
Don't worry about me. Be careful out there. I saw a path to the north. Looked like it led further inland. Maybe there's a village or something up there.
Hey, you there. What are you doing here?
The boat I was on sank. I landed on the beach.
So, one of the crew survived the storms, eh? We'd heard it was just the Inquisitor. You don't look like you're with the Inquisition.
I was a stowaway.
On an Inquisition ship? You're lucky they didn't catch you and throw you overboard, or worse, turn you into one of them. Someone or something is looking out for you. And I ain't gonna mess with that. But don't stretch your luck. The White Robes catch you here, you'll be in trouble. If you want my advice, then find yourself a good weapon. You won't get far without one. There may be something around here. Have a look. Come back to me when you've found something. You've not found a weapon yet? Keep looking.
Now who could teach me to pick locks? I found this sword.
Good. I hope you know how to use it.
What can you tell me about this place?
What do you want to know?
Looks like I'm going to be stuck here for a while. Anywhere I can get some food or pick up some gold?
Ha! Not round here at any rate. I just asked for this post so I can watch the storms. Amazing things when they blow past. Strange how they never come inland. A few weeks ago I would have sent you to Harbour Town, but not anymore.
Why not?
It's full of Inquisition. Protecting those ruins and recruiting for the damn White Robe cult at the monastery. I'm with the Don myself. We're the only ones who are still free. Living in a camp in the middle of a swamp. But freedom's freedom. I'd head to the swamp, see if the Don will take you in, or try your luck in Harbour Town. Just stay away from the monastery.
So is Harbour Town safe? What are the Inquisition doing there?
Not much at the moment. There are still some of our boys in there. They might help you out. And that White Robe lot probably won't bother you too much. I can show you the way, but believe me, you'd be better off at our camp.
You mentioned a monastery. What happens there?
The last place you want to be. It's where the Inquisition train their recruits. Brainwash them. Stay well away from there.
What's the Don got to offer me?
Meat, beer, a job. He might even train you as a fighter. You got a sword, after all. Most they'll let you have up at the monastery is a staff. Just a big stick. That's not a real weapon.
There's a girl came ashore with me. She's in an abandoned house to the south.
South? Must be the old shipwrecker's house. I'll head that way later. If she's there, I'll take her somewhere safe.
All right, show me the way to your camp.
Good man. Follow me. What are you waiting for? Look to the north. You see the ruins sticking out of the ground?
Yeah, I've seen ones like that before.
Well, the White Robes set up a camp there. If you're smart, you won't be seen up there. Otherwise, you'll be snatched up and taken to the monastery. Do you want to be a slave or a free man?
You're really hammering this home, aren't you?
Sorry. You're right, you're your own man. Free to do what you like. Come on, it isn't much further. If you follow the path north, you'll come to our camp. Watch out for the hunters. The lazy beggars are always trying to get others to do their work for them.
Thanks for your help.
You've been through enough. I'm sure I'll...
Hey, you. Where do you think you're going?
What business is it of yours?
Hey, I was just messing with you. Gets a bit boring around here. Well, apart from the rockworms. I'd stay on the walkway and not go too far out into the swamp. Believe me, being eaten by those creatures is not the way a man should go. Hang on, I think I've got a map somewhere you can have. Although by the looks of you, you could do with a better weapon.
Where can I get a better weapon?
Depends on what you're after. Some swear by a good blade, others prefer the heft of an axe. I'm a hunter, so I favour a bow and arrow. I've got a couple of nice specimens here, actually. For the right price, I'm sure.
What do you hunt in the swamp?
Less and less. There are only a few beasties. They may look unappetising, but you'd be surprised what our cook can do. About the only thing left big enough to feed us all is this large worm over to the west. But he's a big fella. I really need help to take him down.
I'm new around here. Got swept in with the tide. What can you tell me about this place?
Ah, I see. Well, then there are a few things you should know. This whole swamp area, from here to the temple in the north, is run by Don Esteban, our leader. I wouldn't mess with him if I were you. He's got some fighters working for him that'll break your jaw as happy as look at you.
Let's trade. can you tell me about the temple?
Came up from the ground about the time these storms started, and all these beasts came out of it. Never seen the like before. Indescribable they are. Our fighters soon sorted them out. I doubt there's much still alive there. Well, apart from the dog. He's moved into the temple now. Don't see him very often. No one really knows what he's doing. Me, I say hunt, kill, and don't ask too many questions.
So, you haven't always been here in the swamp?
No, we used to have the whole of Harbour Town until the Inquisition came. All their magical roads and stuff. They pushed us out here. Between you and me, I think the Don's pride took a bit of a knock. It hasn't been the same since. Most folks hate this place, but I like the fresh air. New things to hunt. Always felt too cooped up in town.
What else can you tell me about the Inquisition?
Same as everyone else, really. Don't get too close to them, or you'll find yourself dragged off to that monastery. If they're not right in the head, I think they do something to them up there. I'm keeping well away. I wanted you to do the same.
So, what's your boss doing in the temple?
I couldn't say for sure, but he's become very keen on collecting gold at it. He's got diggers working these ruins. He always gives them a share. He's good like that. I think maybe he's planning on trying to take back Harbour Town. Gold commands a lot of power around here. Maybe even more than the Inquisition with their damn commons.
What are rotworms?
They can't really be described. Indescribable they are. They're like giant, rotting worms. You can ask Ricardo in the camp.
Hey,
Hey,
any trouble today?
no.
The Dawn.
Back there in that temple. But my post is here. In the swamp.
Sounds like an important job. Expecting any?
No,
Must be fun being a guard.
not really.
What exactly do you guard in a swamp?
Flies. The smell. The dawn.
What is there around here that people need guarding from?
You must have seen them.
Seen what?
Those things.
Things.
The things from the ruins.
There are ruins everywhere.
The ones that came up from the ground. The ground is warped or something.
That's where these things are.
Yeah. They're all over that excavation site in the middle of the swamp.
And?
They make me nervous.
Why?
They're disgusting.
Uh-huh. You ever have any problems with the locals?
Locals. They give you any trouble, you just smack them around.
Or you could try talking to them. Who's in charge here?
The Don.
Who?
The Don.
Right. Where is
In the
Is he religious?
Ha!
So what does he do in there?
Avoids being out here. What do you want?
A man like you has clearly seen some action.
Well, you know, I don't like to boast, but I've crushed a few heads. If you want to eat here, you have to work. You want a free ride? Try those white robes at the monastery. They'll give you a free ride all the way to their excavation camps. And keep your paws off other people's stuff while you're here, or you'll lose your paws.
Hey,
I've not seen you before. Who are you? A fresh-faced young man eager to experience the thrill of an outlaw's life?
Maybe.
I can't think why else you'd be here. There are warm alehouses and welcoming brothels in the town. Food and indoctrination at the monastery.
Are you a woodcutter for the camp?
Just because I'm cutting wood doesn't mean I'm a woodcutter. Actually, I'm a hunter. My lads and I provide meat for the camp.
So you lead the hunters?
Normally, yeah, but as you can see, I've got vital woodcutting work to do. So right now, my hunters are running wild like free spirits. Or they think they are.
Can you teach me to hunt?
Sure you wouldn't rather chop wood?
I was thinking more of hunting.
Then you're talking to the right man.
Can you... Shouldn't you get...
I'd love to, believe me. But Brogar would nail me to a tree if I left this wood unsawn.
Brogar?
One of the Don's lieutenants, the leader of the fighters, a, shall we say, powerful, single-minded man.
And you're his personal woodcutter?
For my sins.
Why does he want you to do it?
I tangled with him, and now I have to pay. We live by Brogar's laws out here.
Brogar's laws? Not the Don's?
The Don wants me to hunt, Brogar wants his fire stoked. You judge who's really in charge.
Why don't you stand up to Brogar?
Him and all his fighters, you mean?
So everyone's afraid of him.
You clearly haven't met him yet. Then you'd understand. He's over there. Go and introduce yourself. Then decide whether you'd stand up to him.
Looks good. I think that's cooked. Nothing new for you. Hey, you don't look like the rest of the Don's men.
Me? I'm the one the rest of them treats like dirt. Day in, day out, me and my workers try our best. And they need us, the bosses. But do they realize that? I wish they'd come and see what it's like. See if they like being eaten by swamp worms.
Are you in charge of the workers here?
Yeah, I'm supposed to oversee the workers at the excavations. The morale is so low that the men don't care anymore.
Why is it so bad here?
We keep losing men to the worms. And there are even worse fates, too. I'd rather be anywhere else. But we have to collect anything made of gold and take it to Beppo. I didn't expect to have to fight the monsters here. We're not trained for it. And that bastard Brogar should be protecting us. But do his fighters ever come and help? Do they, hell? Too drunk, most of them.
So the excavations have stopped.
They won't be happy when they find out. The Don's supposed to be a fair man, but Brogar isn't, and he should be protecting us. If any of my men were good at fighting, they'd have gone long ago. They'd be living it up in the bars and brothels of Harbour Town.
If I'm going to take action, I'll need better armor.
I can give you workers' clothes, that's all, and you'd have to pay. After all, you're not a worker. Why should I clothe you?
We're all stuck on this island in this swamp together. We might as well help each other. I'll see if I can get your workers back to work.
You won't. If I can't, what chance does a stranger have?
I can talk to Brogar for you.
Don't. It'll only cause trouble. We've tried everything. Brogar's not going to listen to you.
What can you tell me about Brogar?
Nothing. I'm not telling you anything. I don't want trouble.
You've already got trouble.
Yeah, but I'm not dead. I'd rather take my chances with the worms than get Brogar angry.
Brogar can't be that bad.
Brogar is all bad. Ask the hunters. They'll tell you what he's capable of.
Well, I offered to help. Are any of your workers around?
They should all be at the excavation site. But that doesn't mean they will be. You'll recognize them. They'll be wearing workers' clothes, even if they've got no intention of working. Uncontrollable, most of them. That's what the swamp and being ignored does to you.
You really have given up, haven't you?
Well, you would in my position. It's hopeless. Hopeless.
Hopeless isn't a word I use. Maybe I can do something to help. How many excavation sites are there?
3. 1 east of the temple, and 2 right in the middle of the swamp. Look for the artifact crates. They mean you're in the right place.
Right.
I don't like faces I don't know well, and your face is too pretty. Slap some makeup on you and you could work the brothels.
You know I'm new here then?
Shiny skin, gormless expression. You're not the first. It's the heap of gold in the temple. It sucks in idiots like flies to shit. But there's no one round here that wants to split their share of the Don's gold any further.
You're a fighter, right?
I took the advice my teacher gave me. Find something you like and make it your job.
What's the Don going to do with the gold? Invest in swampland?
We might be stuck here now, but we're not going to be here forever. Once those religious nutcases are gone, Harbour Town will be ours. Then you'll see.
What are the Inquisition doing in the town?
Pretty face. Shame you're thick as pig shit with it. They only need the town to give them a supply route. The real work happens in the monastery. Fuck knows what they do up there.
And you don't think it would be a good idea to find out?
You're the nosy fucker. Why don't you knock on the door and ask them? Let's see how many questions you've got after they work you to death in the temple ruins.
Live here, die there. You know, there's an ocean full of beautiful desert islands. Where did the Don get all his gold?
See that temple? We took it. And guess what? It was full of gold and artifacts and stuff. Now it's full of guards, an ogre, and surrounded by us. There are temples all over the island. Why don't you bugger off and find your own?
You just walk in and take the gold from the temple ruins.
Yeah, it's that simple. Go on, try it. Then you'll see the beasts that come charging out of those ruins. You have to deal with them before you get to the shiny stuff.
So you've cleared all those creatures out of the ruins?
Keen to see them, are you? All right. We'll go to a temple ruin nearby. You help me deal with the creatures there, then you can get your share of the gold.
What's the catch?
There's no catch. We clear the place and split the rewards.
How do we split the gold?
50-50.
You've got a deal.
Good. Follow me. Now, no one can see us here, so let's have ourselves a little chat.
What about?
I've met people like you, troublemakers.
Let's get this over. Draw your weapon.
See? I knew you were trouble. Time to fight! Stand still.
I'll need some raw meat to fry.
Keep your paws to yourself. Did I look like I wanted to talk to you?
Whoa there. Someone shoot your dog?
Stupid and mouthy don't wash well round here. Especially not from workers.
Do I look like a worker?
Maybe not. You ain't coated in shit. Now enough questions. I'm hungry. Bring me a haunch of fried meat from Rachel, the cook up by the smithy. Bit snooty, but a looker. The Don's a lucky man. Of course, with him in that temple all the time, she might need a bit of company.
Hey,
Lost, are you? Don't you worry about it. I'll take care of you.
who are you?
Craig. And if you want a fortune in gold, I'm your man.
Your job is to distribute wealth.
Exactly. I arrange little wagers, you give me your gold, and you could double it.
What odds do you offer?
Ah, you're interested. Ha, listen up, I'll explain. You give me a sum in gold. If you win, I'll pay you back double.
And if I lose?
There are no losers, only future repeat gamblers. I'll just keep your gold warm until you want.
How do I place a bet?
Oh, nothing. We bet on anything here. Who'll be the next worker to get eaten by a swamp creature? The next winner in the arena? Anything. You can even bet on yourself. If you want to go into the arena.
And can I be sure you'll pay out if I win?
Oh, you of little faith. I'm hurt. If I wasn't honest, do you think I'd last 2 minutes around here?
I'll need some raw meat to fry.
What you want? Waif and stray looking for pity? Or fortune hunter looking for gold? Looks like I've got another mouth to feed.
Are you the cook?
Amongst other things, you have to be adaptable in these times. One day you've a sword in your hand, the next, a ladle. And the cooking relaxes me, if you call stirring wild boar and brugelweed cooking. Sorry, forgotten my manners. I'm Rachel. Here, new mouth, take this meat, freshly cooked.
How are things around here?
Perfect. I don't know why we didn't move out of the town into the swamp earlier. The Inquisition are sucking the life out of the town, but this swamp is sucking the life out of us. We used to be close, all of us. Everyone made their share, worked for their share. Now it's falling apart. And with Esteban in that damn temple, I'm the one trying to hold it together.
Why do you think things are falling apart here?
It's those ruins. They've got everyone's mind on treasure, even my Esteban. The whole place is being dug up, although I'm certain that not everything that's being found is being delivered to the camp. Esteban makes sure that all the workers get a share of the gold. He's very fair like that. But someone is looking to line their own pockets.
Who do you think it is lining their own pockets? And what would happen to them if you knew who it was?
He'd be dead. Esteban's not a forgiving man.
So it seems. I need to talk to the Don.
Join the queue. I'm thinking of joining it myself. You can talk to me. When Esteban's busy, and he's always busy, I'm in charge.
Noted. Can I help?
And why would you want to do that? What do you want, new mouth? Lazy cutthroats, idle thieves, and mosquitoes. Why do you want in on this?
You think the Don is losing control?
He's a complicated man. The Inquisition's takeover of Harbour Town shook him up badly. All we've got is this place, and it's fragile, especially at the moment. I really don't need someone stirring up trouble.
You sound like you need help. What if I help out?
You do that. But, well, if you really want to stick your hand in this beehive, you're welcome to. We can certainly use the help. Everything seems to have ground to a halt. Go to the camp lieutenants and see what sort of problems they're having. That should help you get a picture of what's happening here. Maybe we can root out the source of this rot before it reaches Esteban.
About your... I was told you're short of food. You need more meat?
Finally, someone who wants to do some work. Yes, I need 10 haunches of raw meat. You bring me the meat, and I'll put a little gold your way.
I never say no to gold. So who are the lieutenants here?
If you can't find that out yourself, how are you going to help me? Just go and talk to everyone. You'll find them. You'll soon see who's in charge and who thinks they are.
Brogar wants a haunch of fried meat.
And he sent you to get it for him?
Lazy devil. Well, I've already given you some meat, so you can sort Brogar out yourself.
Hey.
Hey, what? You better be from Hawkins. I need those crates moving.
I've just arrived here. I'm not from anyone.
Lazy, more like. Bet you never done a decent day's work in your life.
What crates?
The ones full of artifacts? What else are we moving? Damn Hawkins. His workers should have delivered them by now. I knew it was too much responsibility for the old coot.
What's in these artifact crates?
Puppies. Artifacts, what do you think, genius? Everything that's dug up from the ruins gets crated up, but keep your mitts off them. If you're looking for gold, then do some work. You dig for the Don, then you'll get your share.
I'll think about it. So you're in charge of moving boxes, right?
They're not just any old boxes. They're full of artifacts from the excavation sites. They get dug up, they come to me, and then they go to the Don.
Oh, so you're not even moving boxes for yourself, then?
When you get an important role here, then you can make jokes. Until then, shut your bleeding mouth.
Let's talk sensibly. I could help you get your crates.
Think you can? All right. We'll get going and get them moving.
No sense in asking if you know the magic word.
What magic word? Here, you're not with that Inquisition lot, are you? I'll have no magical nonsense around here.
Where are these crates you want moved?
At the excavation site, but they should be here. I swear, those workers are being slack just to wind me up.
I'm not a smith. I'm not a smith. Are you the local blacksmith?
Blacksmith? I look like I spend my days making fucking horseshoes. I'm a pewterer, a gilder, a worker of fine metal. And I'm not looking for an apprentice, particularly one that doesn't know the difference between a metal worker and a smith.
Do I look like an apprentice?
You don't look like you've got the coin to be a customer. What you want?
Do you need help? I'm looking for work.
No one here looks for work. The only thing people here look for is gold. And you don't look like you're any different.
Do you work with gold?
Gold. Gold. Nothing but gold. You just see the money in it, don't you? Well, there's no point you thinking about getting wealthy here. Every crumb of gold out there belongs to the Don.
Everyone has to give their gold to the Don.
If you know what's healthy for you, once a month you have to take the Don his share.
And how much is his share?
You see anyone round here looking wealthy?
Not unless mud is the local currency.
Well, you should see the gold he has in his temple. Hordes of it. Ha! I can see that look in your eye. Fancy a slice, do you? You'll end up in pieces with those thoughts in your head.
How do I get to see the Don?
What do you want to see the Don for? Try standing on a tree outside the temple. You're not going to get closer than that.
I'm looking for new weapons.
Looking is for losers. Paying gets you the goods.
Have you got any sword blanks?
Just what I got here. My stock of ore is empty. You bring me some iron ore, I can make you some blanks.
I want to trade some iron ore for some sword blanks.
Piece of piss.
How much?
Say 8 lump, 10 for a bastard.
What have you... There must be...
If it doesn't glitter, I wouldn't be surprised if one day he had his wife gold-plated.
Is there something he wants then? Something in gold he doesn't have?
We found a sword pommel. Beautiful bit of work. Supposed to belong to some garrison commander before he pissed off an ogre. You find the blade for that pommel, the Donna kiss your hairy ass. Fuck it, I would too.
I'll find the blade the Don...
You want to look for... But you take one piece of that blade for yourself. One bit of glittering gold. I'll hear about it.
I wouldn't dream of it. Where can I find this sword blade the Don wants?
If you believe the stories, the ogre dragged the garrison commander off where those temple ruins are. If anyone has found anything there, they're bound to shoot their mouth off. Particularly seeing as those bits of blade will be covered in gold. There's a pisshead called Lewis, reckoned he'd seen something, but he's a sack of shit.
I heard he and her was a good neighbour and an artifact right now.
He got his head stuck. They had to rub animal fat on his ears. You know how his ears stick out. Almost pulled them clean off.
Here, a haunch of fried meat.
Good. You wouldn't want to see me when I ain't been fed.
Got any proper work for me?
Are you actually good for something, little fish?
Easy to be cocky with that weapon and fancy armor of yours.
Nah, it's all the bodies I buried that make me cocky. 2 of my boys are supposed to be guarding the eastern swamp farm, but Clay's been lazing around the campfire. Go and see him. Make sure he takes over from Phil before Phil rots up there. Simple. I'm not losing another man to this fucking swamp.
Get Clay to take over from Phil. Sounds simple enough.
The farm's over to the east. As it's a simple job, I'll assume you'll get it done.
Do you boys do anything other than stand about all day?
They're guarding. What do you expect? When it comes to standing around all day, these guys are the best. Trained killers, though, the lot of them. And if those creatures from the temples march in here, you'll be damn glad of them. So, show a little respect.
The fighters answer to you, right?
Yeah. Most of them owe their lives to me. One way or another, they know not to mess with a big fish.
So you know where they are at all times?
Course. Well, usually. One of them has gone missing. Dorgan was on an errand for me, down in the swamps. The pillock's probably got himself lost. Or eaten. Or he's chasing wenches again. Never could keep his mind on the task in hand.
I'll look for him.
When I get my hands on him, he's gonna be emptying piss pots for the next month.
You seem to be a man who hears a thing or two. Have you heard anything about a broken sword blade?
What good is a sword in pieces to anyone? Worthless junk. Only one who'd be interested in that is that blacksmith. And you, apparently. What's that about, then?
Do you know where the pieces of the sword blade are?
I know where one piece is. I've got it. Question is, what will you do to get it?
Hawkins says you're meant to be protecting his workers.
Hawkins says, does he?
You promised Hawkins if he paid, you'd protect him.
You worried about him. You protect him.
Right. You're a real man of honor.
Weirder than we think.
I don't know. What do I want?
You were looking at me.
I'm new here. I'm just getting to know people.
If you don't know I'm the best fighter in the camp, then you ain't been here long enough for me to care.
Put that weapon away.
That's right. Get out.
I'm with ya. Neat work! Die, you damn creature!
Thought I one had one of those creatures! Death's too good for you. Rotten hell! with you. I'll help you. Yeah. Huh?
Back in the earth with you!
Rotten hell! Neat work! I ate those beasts.
I'll need some raw meat to fry. You don't talk much.
What do I want to talk for? I don't know you.
Getting anything out of you is like pulling teeth.
That's why I make such a good guard.
All right, let's try this question. Tell me more about these things. The ones in the excavation site.
They're disgusting. Big insect things. I wish someone would get rid of them.
I can. You must have picked up some skills to be a guard.
I know how to fight, and I can handle a crossbow.
Can you train me?
To fire a crossbow? All right. But it will cost you.
I want to... Job done. You needn't worry about those things in the excavation site anymore.
You killed them? Right. 30 gold coins, wasn't it? Worth every one.
Thanks. Pleasure talking to you.
Right.
I'll look forward to our next conversation.
What?
You alone out here?
What?
Are you alone out here?
Yeah, don't yell, I'm deaf. You seen my full of beer glass thing goes smash if you drop it.
You're drunk.
So, I'd rather be dead drunk than dead, and we're all gonna die soon anyway. You wait. When the White Robe shows up, we'll all be as dead men.
Wide robes?
Yeah! The White
robes. White! From the
Inquisition?
Yeah! What do white robes want in a swamp, huh? They'll end up brown robes. Ha! Stinking swamp.
Yeah. And what can you tell me about the white robes?
They're everywhere. Came from the sea, from the mainland, and now they're sweeping across the island, wrecking everything.
Have you ever met a white robe?
Are you insane? Huh? I'd run like a stabbed rat if I ever saw one.
I can believe it.
Where's that damn bottle? It's my bottle. Give it back, you stinking swamp.
You mean a beer bottle?
That's why I said. You got bad hearing, you know that. The bottle was right. It was here. No, here somewhere.
Don't you think you've had enough?
Enough? Enough? I can't drink enough. Have you been to the Don's camp? I can tell you once you've spent a couple of days there. You'll start on the source too, believe me. If you'd been there, you'd be me.
Why? What's wrong with the camp?
Bunch of total arsehole bastards. Always screwing each other over. I don't trust a single one of them. The worst bastard is Brogar. A nasty piece of work. He's a bastard's bastard.
Tell me more about this Brogar.
The whole damn place is under his thumb.
Officially?
Officially, yeah. Officially, he's just the boss of the fighters. The Don's lieutenant. But he's more than that. Every man there's terrified of him. Even his shadow's scared of him. Because that Brogar, he wants to replace the Don, doesn't he? Yeah, he does.
Right. You seem to know a lot about Brogar.
More than you think, and not just about Brogar. You get me more beer, and then I'll really tell you something.
I get you more beer and I'll be lucky to understand you. I'll see what I can do. You could just...
The only friend you've got in this swamp are the mosquitoes. Yeah, and they suck your blood.
You look relaxed.
The busy mosquito is swatted at dawn. The happy snail does nothing but yawn. We're in a swamp. What's there to make an effort for?
The Don just lets you relax.
Never see him. Beppo's always chasing us to hump crates round. All that effort for what? A pile of old crap. Hawkins is my boss, and if Hawkins doesn't care, Beppo can go screw himself. And Hawkins doesn't care about anything.
Right. Hey, Dwight. You need to start shifting those crates over to Beppo.
And who are you to be telling me what to do?
Hawkins. He's not happy with you standing around.
Really? Then he should come here and tell me personally. But he won't. So, save yourself the effort.
Let's trade. Another tomb.
Are you crazy walking round here? What do you think will happen if the Inquisition catch you, eh?
Who's in charge here?
Brother Tristan. You can usually find him in front of the farmhouse. He's taken the farm over. He runs the place now.
I see. Are you gonna call them?
Hey, I won't give you away, but the warriors of the Order often come by here to check on things. So I'm just saying, you better be careful.
What do you do here?
I'm working in my field.
Your field?
Yeah. This one's mine and the other one on the other side of the path is Teller's. Of course, he's further along working his one. Always is. Don't know how he does it. He's already taken his whole harvest to the storehouse. But I'm afraid I won't be able to get my harvest in on time. I can't spot the ripe plants from the unripe. They all look the same to me.
Do you need help?
You serious? Well, I wouldn't say no.
And what kind of compensation would not saying no come with?
Well, I'm only a novice, so I don't have much. But if you harvest the plants and bring them to me, I'll give you a healing potion. How about that?
Deal. I'll bring you those ripe plants.
Great. Then I might actually be able to start my mage training before this place goes completely to the dogs. Just look out for the ripe ones in my field, all right? 10 should be enough. Bring them back here, all right?
Here are your 10 ripe plants.
Thanks. Without you, I would have been in a whole world of trouble. The healing potion is yours.
How often do these warriors of the Order come up here?
The Inquisitor sends one once every couple of days. They like to keep a check on things. He picks up what we've harvested and the meat and takes it to the monastery, where they no doubt stuff their faces. If I were you, I'd hide when he shows up.
Thanks for the warning.
What are you doing here? Welcome, stranger. What's brought you to our troubled isle?
The tide. I'm a shipwreck survivor.
Well, it's a strange kind of luck that's washed you onto these shores. But I must warn you, you cannot wander freely around here. I don't mind, but the warriors of the Order are less forgiving.
Who are you?
My name is Tristan, a novice of magic. I'm looking after this place, on the orders of the Convocation of Mages.
What is this place?
Just a simple farm. It's under the control of the Inquisition now. We cultivate the land and take care of the animals. Our work ensures the well-being of the Order and Inquisitor Mendoza's men.
You mentioned the Convocation. What do the mages have to do with the Inquisition?
The Convocation of Mages has long had their seat here in the monastery, at the foot of the great volcano. It was a place of study and faith before the dark wave covered the land and those temple ruins had risen from the ground. And now the Inquisitor is here seeking to push back that darkness. We're very lucky he found us in our hour of need. Now the monastery not only serves as the mage's home, but also as a training camp for recruits of the Inquisition.
I see. Do you trade here on the farm?
Trade? With who? Other than Esteban's bandits, there's nobody out here.
What about me? Will you trade with me?
I don't have much to offer, but you're...
Let's try.
looking for work?
Well, there is more than enough to do on our farm. Go to my brothers and let them assign you a task. We do not have much, but we still value honest work.
What do you think I should do next?
Well, I wouldn't recommend you wander around alone. Quickest way to the next life. Perhaps you would be best advised to let the warriors of the Order train you as a recruit. Training with the fighting staff and the basics of magic could be just the thing for you. If you're not a fighter, there are merchants in the town might have use of you. Just make sure you don't get taken in by the outlaws that Don commands. Or is it that you are interested in the higher magic that we novices pursue? That would mean finding a way to the monastery without being arrested by the Inquisitor's men. You may find someone in the town who would help you do that. The choice is yours. In any case, you will find members of each group in Harbour Town. They can tell you more. So, if I were you, I would make that my first stop.
Hey, how are things going here?
Not so well. Stuck in the middle of nowhere, a place where no one wants to be.
You're the happy-go-lucky, face life with a smile type, aren't you?
And you'd smile if a pack of hungry wolves was eating everything in sight? I used to have 6 pigs, and now look at what's left.
Hungry wolves. Just my thing.
It does you credit that you want to help me, but I have to warn you, those beasts haven't been here for several days. I figure they must be starving by now, so they'll be really dangerous.
Any good news?
Well, they're wolves, so none of them have swords. If you want back in 2 days, I'll assume they put you on the menu.
Great. Where do the wolves come from?
There's a small cave over there, to the north of here. I haven't been there, but I'd be willing to bet that's where their lair is.
Don't you have anyone who can protect you and your animals?
Yeah. The warriors of the Inquisition are more concerned with the gold from the temple ruins than with helping novices. We're on our own at best, at the mercy of the wolves at worst. Doesn't stop the Inquisition coming here demanding their tribute. I don't want to complain. I chose this myself. But sometimes it's exasperating.
You're being exploited by the warriors of the Order.
Well, you can't really say that. The mages bow to the law of the Inquisitor. You know, we all share the same religion, but the mages have urged us novices to stay neutral. That's why I don't have to worry about the Don's men. They know we won't do anything to them.
Anyone out there able? Watch your feet. There's grain growing here.
Your grain is going to be picked up soon.
Says who? Oh, it'll be Thomas, am I right? He should try working instead of chatting with strangers. My field is twice the size of his, and it still only takes me half the time to cultivate it. He makes lazy people look busy, does Thomas.
Do you need any help here?
No thanks. I could have done with you a while ago, though. Thanks anyway.
Let's kill this!
These creatures will never learn.
Neat work!
Do you think I'm blind?
monster! A warrior of the Order is here. If I were you, I'd hide.
Hey, you! I have to warn you, there is a warrior of the Order on the farm. So, you aren't actually allowed to be here. If he sees you, he'll have you taken to the monastery.
So what do you suggest?
We'll have to wait here until he leaves. Follow me, keep quiet, and you can hide in our storehouse. There's a bed there. Get some rest. The warrior will be gone in a couple of hours. Understand?
What do I need to do?
All right, I'm going back to my post. You follow me, try to be inconspicuous. Stay to the left and you'll find our storehouse. Get some rest in there. When you wake up, the warrior should have gone, all right?
Right. Well,
Great. Let's go. And make sure he doesn't see you.
Wish I knew about prospecting.
Can you show me the way to Harbour Town?
Sure. Follow me. See that farm down in the valley?
I see it.
Some of the Inquisition's minions work down there. Novices, they call them. They're apprentices to the mages in the monastery. Talk to them. They'll help you get to... But watch you don't find yourself accidentally... You get recruited, there'll be no welcome for you at the Don's camp.
Thanks.
I'm sure... Good luck. Stow your weapon. Don't pull that crap again. Watch it. Nice.
Let's trade. One beer for some information.
Hey, 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 you got one. You're beautiful.
I'm looking for some pieces of a sword blade. Old, decorated with gold.
They're everywhere. Everyone's got one. Well, not Hawkins. Or Jan. Or Rachel. Or Craig has one. I've seen it. It's quite big. And that moron has one as well.
What moron?
Dorgan. He's got a piece, moron. Of course Brogar has one. You'd have to take him apart to get it. And me, I've got one too.
You have one. I'll give you a beer for the piece of sword blade.
No way! What do you think I am, an idiot? It's easily worth 2.
That worker, Dwight, really doesn't care about your orders.
He's a lazy sod. Beppo will go mad if he doesn't get those artifact cranes soon.
What do you suggest?
Someone needs to give Dwight a beating. That's what I'll get for him not working.
About time you took that attitude.
Me? I'm not a fighter. I'm not doing it.
And you wonder why things are like they are.
See why people don't stand up to Brogar?
A few bruises won't stop me.
You're lucky it wasn't stab wounds.
His armor and those fighters make him feel tougher than he is.
For you, maybe. For me, that's why I don't tangle with him.
Can you show me how to gut animals?
You slit the prey from the head toward the back. Then you pull the hide from the body with a jerk. With the right equipment, you can also remove animals' horns or teeth. Many hunters will sell you the necessary tools.
Brogar is a big fish in a small pond.
And those are giant words. So big, I don't think you know what you're saying.
I know some people wouldn't have a problem if he disappeared.
I won't be responsible for what Brogar would do to you.
Let me worry about that.
You should worry. You're serious, aren't you?
What would I have to do to deal with him?
If you work for him, do what he tells you, and listen to everything he says. He'll let things slip. But you do know what you're proposing is dangerous.
I need some better armor.
You won't find it out here. There's only workers' clothes here.
Well, what about your armor? Where did that come from?
Armor for the hunters and fighters comes from the Don. But you won't get close to that if you're not accepted as one of us.
Right, so I've got to join the Don's gang first. All right. Where can I get workers' clothing?
Hawkins is your man. He's one of the Don's lieutenants. He's in charge of the workers.
Have you come across a piece of a sword blade?
The one Oscar's trying to piece together. He wants to make a sword for the Don, I believe.
And?
And I might have a piece of it. Oscar tried to buy it from me, in fact. But he wasn't offering enough, so I thought I'd hang on to it.
Will you sell me your piece of the sword?
It'd have to be for, no less than 100 gold.
I'll give it some thought.
That's the deal.
I'm not a smith. I'm not a smith. I'm not a smith. I'm not a smith. I don't know how to make that. What have you...
Stop where you are. You ain't going another step closer to the Don.
Don't know whether he's lucky or she's blind.
Still, at least we're alive. But he sits around all day and drinks.
Nothing new for you.
Town will be safe for a while, they say.
We live in a time of such nightmares. Temples, right?
You want me to ask nicely? Move those crates.
You never heard that them that rushes to toil are the quickest to spoil?
Have you ever heard, those that refuse to depart get a boot up their arse?
All right, all right. No need to speak twice when once will do. I'm going, okay? Okay.
Thought you might like to know Dwight's gone back to work.
He has? That's almost a miracle. But well done. Here, take these coins.
Your gratitude is boundless. By the way... I sorted out your crate delivery problem.
Really? Thanks. Good to see someone's applying themselves. Tell you the truth, I ain't sure why the Don wants all this gold. Ain't like there's much to spend it on in a swamp.
Not that I've seen.
Anyway, you've put me in a generous mood. Here's a little advance on your share.
here to relieve me?
No.
Huh. I've been waiting for Clay for hours. The sod should have relieved me long ago.
Are you one of the fighters here?
I am out here. When we were in the town, well, sleight of hand's more my thing. Combat's for boneheads. I have a few real skills. Sneaking, opening locks, picking pockets. Proper, honest skills. No violence needed.
Sounds good. Where is this Clay?
How should I know? In camp, warm and dry, I expect. If he's not here soon, I'm gonna leave.
I want to be a better thief.
Can you teach me how to open locks?
Of course. Many locks have a bolt that you have to push down in order to be able to open the lock. Then you can poke in all directions with your lockpick until the lock is open. But be careful. If you push in the wrong direction, the lockpick may break.
Can you teach me about pickpocketing?
Well, first off, you can't rob someone who is keeping an eye on his purse. Fastest way to trouble.
That much I'd worked out for myself.
All right, all right. Try talking to them, okay? Ask them a question. Keep their concentration, their eyes on you. Then you can lift the loot.
What are you doing here? Are you standing guard?
Yes, but I shouldn't be. I've been here so long, this godforsaken mud soaked through to my feet.
What are you?
The swamp farmer. Without him, this place would be bleak. Bleaker.
You don't like this place?
Does this look like paradise to you? No taverns, no women, just swamp, disease and mud. Thank the gods for the swamp farmer. At least he brings us our beer.
Let's kill this!
Yeah! Yeah!
That taught you?
New here, right?
It's that easy to tell.
Ah. Don's boys already got on your nerves, eh? They're just bored. No imagination, you see.
What do you do here?
I tend the brugleweed here on Robar's farm. It's not the most noble of plants, but it's versatile. You can brew beer with it. You can, should you be of a mind, smoke it as well. The smoke has special properties, if you know what I mean.
What do you know about the Don?
I know enough not to mess with him. We used to be out here all alone, until they swept in and took the place over. But stick to his rules and he's a good man, if a hard taskmaster. Working in the fields isn't easy, but it gets you away from people. Space to think.
Can you sell me some weed or beer?
Surely can. And I have more to sell as well, if you're interested.
What do you... What do you think about Don Esteban?
You can say what you like about the Don, but he's never left us in the lurch. You can always count on his word.
die. Taught you?
Huh. That look. You've come for protection money.
Protection money?
Maybe you just have that look. What brings you here?
Is this your land?
It's me that farms it. Then I use the brugal weed that grows here to make beer.
What can you tell me about the area around here?
You haven't been here long, have you? Let's see. Well, the boys in the camp all work for Don Esteban. They're collecting everything they can find made of gold. The Don must have a fortune in that temple by now.
Do you work for the Don?
Me? I've been on this farm all my life. One day, these ruins rise up out of the ground, all over the place. Then Don Esteban comes here. At least he keeps these creatures from the temple away.
Where did the gold the Don's collecting come from?
From those temple ruins, the ones that rose from the ground. They say there are treasures there, and creatures.
Could you teach me to make beer?
I suppose. If you have a basic knowledge of alchemy, but it would take you years to learn properly.
What's brugal weed?
They call it a weed, but it's not. Mostly grows in the swamp or along rivers. But you can find it most anywhere. Looks useless, but you can't get hops out here. Well, not cheap you can't. And this stuff will do the trick.
Is your beer any good?
There were those on the mainland who thought so. Barleyman's export, they called it, till the island was cut off. Every time you think you're getting ahead, life just drags you down. Which reminds me, the camp is waiting for a delivery. I don't suppose you'd be interested in dropping some bottles off for me?
Does the Don ask you to pay for protection?
No. It's his commander-in-chief. The one that trains his fighters, Brogar. He demands 30 gold coins a month, or he'll take away the guards that look after my farm.
So someone's found a way to earn money from this swamp. Maybe I could help you gather some Brugelweed.
Well, it would save me some time. All right. But I need deliveries of 10 plants. I'll give you 70 gold coins for every 10 you bring.
I have some Brugelweed for you.
Good job. Here's your gold. I can always use more plants. There are plenty of people who like beer. If you find more, you know the price.
You can relax. I dealt with those bog bodies.
Now that is a relief. I knew you weren't all bad. Here, take this as a thank you.
What can you teach me about the basics of alchemy? Teach me alchemy.
Brewing beer is all about making the best use of the Brugelweed. Boil it. You can use the alchemy table for that. That'll distill the taste. Then you can drain it into bottles to ferment.
Why does everyone here see a new face and just assume I'll do jobs for them?
'Cause you need people that will owe you favors.
Favors?
You never know when you'll need them. Take these 10 bottles to Rachel, the camp cook. I need 50 gold coins for them, so I can pay my damn protection money.
All right, but one day I'll want to collect that favor.
Of course. Here's the beer. And don't forget, 50 gold pieces.
50. Yeah, I'll remember that. I don't know how to make that.
What do you want here?
swamp farmer sent me with 10 bottles of beer.
Ah, I wondered when that was going to arrive. Thank you. That saved me a walk.
Robar wants 50 gold coins for the beer.
That's pricey. Guess even Robar can't afford to be giving away things free at the moment. Here you go. Thanks for doing the legwork.
Craig has a piece of the sword blade the Don wants.
So he says. But that bastard won't part with it cheap if he has got it.
You knew he had a piece of the blade.
Nothing happens in this camp without someone mouthing about it.
But you want me to pay for it?
Either that, or you just take it from him.
And taking it from him is that simple.
Give him a serious pounding. Then when he's on the ground, you take it. Sounds pretty fucking simple to me.
And no one's going to be upset by that?
Well, it's not going to upset me. And he's already an ugly enough bastard. Who's going to notice?
What have you got? Too risky. Here, one beer for some information.
Hey!
Here, 2 beers.
Beer! Beer! Haha. Here you go.
So, why is everyone so afraid of Brogar?
Ha! Why'd you think? He's the strongest fighter in the camp. No one can beat him.
I'm looking for Dorgan, the fighter.
That moron, he off into a cave that way, east of here. He went in, just didn't come out. Wouldn't surprise me if something is in there and ate him. The damn fool.
To the east of here, you say? Here, you're a hunter. Or you were. Teach me something about it.
Now you...
Can you... Hey, who do those...
What beers? They're mine. Hey, I can't see them.
Here.
Hey!
How do you think I can get Brogar to fight me in the arena?
You can't be serious. Ha! He'll turn you into mincemeat and then dance on all the little pieces.
Just tell me what I need to know,
The only thing that'll make a man like that come out of his shell, little shell, like a snail. I like snails, all silver trails and moonshine. Like, proceed.
What will make him come out of his shell?
Who? Oh! Fear, isn't it? You know, fear of losing control. He wants control of the camp. If someone comes and takes control, that'll piss him off. He'll want to show he's boss. Grind them into the dirt all the way in. Head first. Pull their head off and, you know, down their neck. You try this, or beat his fighters in the arena. That'll scare him too. Get him out of his shell.
Right. Thanks.
Count me in.
I could help you.
Helpful sort, aren't you? You better not have landed me in it with Brogart. Then one's trouble is another's ease. Rachel needs this meat, so she'll be happy. Take note, sometimes it's better to take sides than end up in the middle.
Too risky. About you.
I met a hunter called Yan. You haven't mentioned him.
He got himself posted as a guard on the road to Harbour Town. We never see him back here these days. That's another hunter less feeding the camp.
Haven't you got nothing better to do?
Too risky.
whiskey. How about I help you hunt this worm?
Oh, that's good of you. Tell you what, if we kill that thing together, I'll give you 30 gold. I hope you're well prepared. Don't want your death on my conscience.
Come on, let's go kill this rot worm.
That's the spirit? Right. Ready your weapon and stay close to me.
Attack!
I've killed that worm.
One less worm is no bad thing. Here, have the... Hey, if you're going to the camp, can you take this raw meat with you? They always need food there. Just give it to Ray. I'm gonna stay here.
Wish I knew about prospecting.
What are you doing up here?
Hiding.
Look out, behind you. A rotworm.
What? Where? Has it gone? A sneaky beast they are. I'll have to keep my eyes peeled.
So, what are you hiding from?
Work.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, I'd like to be working. Only I can't. You see all these huge insects turned up at the excavation site? I'm not going back to work while they're still there. I like my job, but I'm not going to die for it.
Which fighters are responsible for protecting the excavation site?
Just Ricardo, but I've not seen him there for a while. Don't think he cares much about us workers.
He'll care if the work doesn't get done, and he ends up doing it. Doesn't anyone do anything in this camp?
But don't get me wrong, I'm a worker. Man of the earth, me. There's nothing fancy about moving soil round, but work is what I do best.
Tell me about your work.
About digging? Well, like I say, it may be dirty work, but someone's got to do it. You fancy trying? Just look for a sandy spot in one of the excavation sites, then you stick your shovel in the ground and dig. Who knows? You might even find something.
What do you know about a sword? A golden one?
Well, I've heard stuff. And I thought I may have found a piece of it back at the excavation site.
Have you still got it?
I was about to dig it out when those insects came.
I wonder if it's still there. I'll have a word with him.
Okay. But don't tell him I told you. He's almost as bad as those creatures.
about your camp.
Here, 10 haunches of meat, as requested.
Thanks. These are pretty good cuts. Looks like you've got a skill for hunting. Here's your gold.
Hunting doesn't pay that well, then.
Take it or leave it. That's what you're getting, and it's enough to fill your stomach or get you drunk. Your choice.
Your deliveries of artifact crates will be starting again.
Thanks. I didn't want to worry Esteban about that. Not after everything that's happened.
Why are you making Sam saw wood for you?
What business is it of yours, little fish?
He needs to hunt. If he doesn't, we'll all starve.
And if I don't get wood for my fire, I'll be pissed off. You're pissing into the wind if you wait for Rachel to organise anything. You want something here, you have to take it.
Yeah, I'm beginning to understand that. You mean protection money?
Shush! Not so bloody loud.
Who are you protecting?
What do you care?
The men in the camp say you've never won a fair fight.
What's the point of a fair fight? You stick by the rules, you get beaten, or dead, or you become a white robe. I'd rather be dead than that.
I'm sure lots of people would prefer you dead than in a white robe.
You know what I think? I think sarcasm is gonna get you killed.
Tell you what, you do it yourself.
You got some backbone, haven't you? Boys, get... You'll find my lads are tough but fair.
I'm not a smith.
She smiled at me. Teeth and everything.
Too risky. What have you got to do?
Saying that, eh?
Anyone gets in my way, anyone, I tell you.
Too risky.
Gotta get them. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Too risky. What do you think about Donny?
You can say what you like about the Don, but he's never left us in the lurch. You can always count on his word.
Too risky. I delivered your beer.
Yeah? But did you get my gold?
Yes, here it is.
That's a sight. Now I can get Brogar off my back. Thank you. I won't forget this. consider a favour owed.
I want... I'll help you. Let's kill this. Never learn.
Keep behind me. Now, no one can see us here, so let's have ourselves a little chat.
What about?
I've met people like you, troublemakers.
we talk about this?
I don't want to talk. I want you gone. Permanently. Every scummy weasel that turns up here costs me a share of my gold.
Right. So we're not here for the temple.
You're getting the picture. It's just you and me. And you're gonna give me your gold.
Let's get this over. Draw your weapon.
See? I knew you were trouble. Time to fight! I'll get you. Stand still. I'll get you. Stop.
Look out! Running is for cowards.
What?
I don't know how to make that. I'm not a smith. About... I found out Brogar is collecting protection money here in the camp.
That'll be his style. What a bloody evil thing to do. But it's good information. You might be able to use that at the right time, but be careful.
I heard that Brogar was supposed to take care of the workers.
Brogar takes care of himself. That's nothing new and won't help you much at the moment.
Word has it that Brogar wants to replace the Don.
That much is obvious. There isn't a man in the place who hasn't worked that out. But it's not something anyone says out loud. Words can get you killed.
Brogar says you need teaching a lesson. Time for a little lesson.
Now it's good! Do him!
Hey, you.
What? This time you're actually starting a conversation?
I've got something for you.
What?
A message from Brogar.
All right then, you bastard. Stop running and fight.
coward!
Hey.
Who are you? What do you want? I'm not going back. I won't. Tell them I won't.
Easy, easy. I'm not here to cause trouble.
That's what you expect me to believe. But as soon as my back's turned, you'll drag me there, bury me again. Bury me with them.
There, behind you. An enormous damn rockworm.
What? Where? Oh, man, you scared the life out of me. Don't ever do that.
Wouldn't dream. Who is them?
Them. The ancients. They're everywhere. Just listen. The screams, the whispering. I wish I couldn't hear it. I wish they weren't speaking to me.
What whispering? What are you talking about?
It's those temples. Rising from the ground. The voices came from them. Who is it whispering? The ancients. All the things they find, the temples, they're from the ancients. And those idiots want me to dig them up, to desecrate their graves. The ancients have been disturbed. What do you think is causing these storms? And who knows how to fight them? Who knows what can stop them?
Aha. Take a few deep breaths. Relax, okay?
Can't you see? It's all around us. The panic, people dying, the creatures. Can't you see that? They will rise from their graves to avenge themselves on the living. The ruins that have risen from the ground. Who do you think made that happen? And they are but a herald. Soon they will show themselves. Then we will all be doomed.
Something is happening, but I've seen no evidence of spirits. You said you don't want to go back. Back to where?
Hawkins didn't send you. He wants me to go back digging there. But how can I go back? They will take me again.
Well, Hawkins does want you back at work.
I knew it, but I won't go. You can forget it.
I find gold coins are a good cure for fear.
Gold? What use is gold if they get to you? No one knows how to stop the ancients. Find someone else for the job. Send Dwight. He doesn't hear them. He doesn't believe. But you'd better know, the spirits will come for you, and there is no protection.
Watch it! Not well spilt.
Careful what you touch. It would be better if you left before the war.
Too risky. All clear. The warrior's gone. It was a good job I saw you first, or you'd be on your way to the monastery. I'd say you got lucky there.
Those wolves are dead.
You killed them? That's a relief. I can finally sleep peacefully again. Here, take this as thanks. I could never have done that alone. I hope you'll find your way, my friend.
I hope so too.
Farewell, and thanks.
Let's trade. Can you take me to Harbour Town?
I can't leave my post, but Brother Teller will accompany you there if you wish.
Great. Thanks for the advice.
If you're wanting help, you must be willing to provide help in return.
Okay. What should I do for you?
Talk to my brothers here on the farm and make yourself useful. Once we no longer need your help, we'll happily escort you to Harbour Town.
About your farm. The wolves in the nearby cave are dead.
It seems fate was kind to me, washing you to these shores. Take this as a reward.
Teller doesn't have anything for me to do. He finished his work a while ago.
Ah yes, Teller is our hardest worker. 24 of him and our problems would be over.
The grain harvest is finished.
Good. It's reassuring to know that if we must die, we will not die hungry. Here are a few coins. Alas, Thomas is our problem child. If he worked as hard as he moaned, he'd have completed the harvest long ago. Perhaps he should reconsider his desire to be a mage.
I think I've done everything there is to do on your farm.
Then be on your way, and my thanks go with you. Oh, and here. These items can go with you too, and may the holy flame light your way in these dark times. Oh, if you still want to go to Harbour Town, then go and see Brother Teller. He'll show you the way to the northern entrance of town.
Thanks. How do you get into Harbour Town?
The law of the Inquisitor says that no one is allowed to be outside of the town without permission. The main gate of the town is currently being guarded by warriors of the Order. You can't just stroll in.
You novices must know other ways to get inside the town.
Well, yes. There is a way, but it's not easy to reach. Harbour Town has a rear entrance up to the north. As far as I know, that is guarded only by the Old Town Guards. You could try your luck persuading them to let you in.
Tristan says you should take me to the rear gate of Harbour Town.
All right, but it's a long, dangerous journey. This island is far from safe, you know, so be prepared.
I'm ready. Let's go to Harbour Town.
Stay behind me, all right? This way, come on. The island is full of dangers. Even this lake down here. Stay on the walkway, and you should be safe. Let's move on. We've got work to do! One less monster! Die, you damn creature! Better you than me. Follow me. Here we go! Follow me. This way, come on. This is it. That way leads to the main gate of Harbour Town. I suggest you don't go down there, though. That will take you to the warriors of the Order. You want to go to the monastery to join the Order? Go that way. You don't want that? Don't go there, because they won't give you a choice.
Thanks. I think I get the point. Let's go on.
All right, we're moving. If you follow this path up, you'll end up at the monastery. But the sign will tell you that, right?
That's what signs are for.
Need me to guide you further?
No thanks. You've come far enough.
I'll head back now. Keep your eyes open. Good luck. You'll need it.
I'll help. Right. Right. That taught you? Hey, you. Don't you know it's forbidden to run around outside the town?
Are you part of the town guard?
That's right. I'm guarding the gate so no one can leave.
Shouldn't you stand inside then?
Well, I also have to stop people coming in.
What if I want to get in?
I'm sure we can come to an arrangement. Or would you rather go to the monastery?
Too risky. What's going on in the monastery?
They say they do training. But everyone knows they enchant people up there.
Enchant them?
A couple of the boys they took are back in town. Before, they didn't take the law seriously. Now they blindly follow the Inquisitor. If that's not enchantment, you explain it.
Maybe they're weak-minded.
That's what you say. But I'm telling you, the Inquisitor has ways to make you obey. And once you enter the monastery, you're at his mercy.
How much to let me in?
100 gold coins, but you can't come and go as you like. Once you're in, you're in.
You're asking for a lot of gold.
Be glad I don't take twice as much to save you from the monastery. But I'm not an asshole. I'm willing to haggle. If you don't have enough gold, you can trade things instead.
Let's trade. Just let me in.
You're in a hurry. Don't you want to know what's waiting for you in there?
What are things like in the town?
Used to be good, but since Don Esteban left, Inquisition's in charge now. Brought the farmers into town, then sealed the gates. That's the Inquisitor's new law. And Commandant Carlos has everyone who violates the law taken to the monastery.
Tell me about Don Esteban.
Great man, great man. Most people probably think he ran away from the Inquisition, but that's not true.
No?
No. He set up camp in the swamp to take gold out of the ruins himself. That's what this is all about. Gold. He left a couple of his men here to carry on his business while he gets his share.
So the town has divided loyalties.
You live here, you've got to choose. Stay loyal to the Don, to our people, or help the swanky bastards from the mainland. Of course, you can just keep your head down, try and keep out of trouble.
Trouble finds people.
If you say so. I just follow orders, mate. But trust me, you don't want to side with the Order. You want to help the Don.
And you work for the Don?
Me? No. I'm part of the town guard. And all citizens must do what Commandant Carlos says.
And you don't like that?
You can't cut deals with the warriors of the Order. The Don's men were always open to a good deal.
You mean you could buy them off?
Call it what you want. A deal is a deal. And everyone was happy.
What can you tell me about Commandant Carlos?
He's the new boss. He and his warriors of the Order try to keep law and order.
They try?
Well, the Don's men don't let them have it all their own way, right? Things are quiet now, but that could change any time.
Here's your gold.
All right, but not a word to anyone about our little deal. Otherwise, we'll both wind up in the monastery.
Are you going to let me in?
Well, you want to go in uninformed, that's up to you. But here, at least take a town map. Good luck. You'll need it.
I'm sure you have other things to do.
Get out! Just leave.
Hello, farmer.
Hello, stranger.
What is it you're doing here?
I'm one of the lucky ones. The merchant comrade pays me to watch his cows. The others haven't been so lucky. But such is the law of the Inquisitor. In the town you'll be safe, they said. Safe, maybe. Safe and starving.
Spare a coin for a poor farmer. We have nothing to eat. My wife Martha is sick.
Can't you find work here?
I had work guarding the cows, but Martha needs me now. We're down to our last few coins.
Sorry, I don't have any gold.
No? So Leto allowed you in for nothing? If you won't help, say so. Lying's an insult.
Just let me sleep.
Got a conscience now? Changed your...
I have a few coins. Here, take them.
Thank you. I'd almost stopped believing in people.
Can I help you?
Are you a healer? My wife is so sick. I fear the worst.
What's wrong with her?
She's feverish. I blame these cursed bloody ruins.
Why? How did they make her ill?
They came out of the ground right next to my damn farm. Next day, Martha caught this fever, and she's got sicker since then. I don't know what to do. Her only hope is Master Belshaw.
Who is Master Belshaw?
A mage from the monastery. He spends his time at the Shrine of the Flame, back in the gutters. He cares about poor farmers like us. No one else does.
You're new here, right? Leto let you in, huh?
Yes. I'm from outside.
You're breaking the Inquisitor's new laws. You know that. You should be more careful. You tell the wrong people, you could get yourself in trouble.
Too risky. You've had trouble with the law.
Ha! The law is just an excuse to lock us all in the town. The Order wants to loot the ruins in peace. Once they've taken the last crumb of gold out of the ruins, they'll let us out again. Don Esteban figured that out right away.
Why are you in the town and not in the swamp?
Simple. The Don doesn't let go of things that belong to him. Some of us are keeping business going here until the Inquisition move on.
What business do you do?
Anything that brings gold. Gold's the only way we can challenge the Order and the warriors, isn't it? Taking the town back is what it's all about. We control the town, we control the island. For now, though, the Inquisitor and Commandant Carlos are in charge. So what's your step? All right.
What's the Order doing about the Don's men?
They stop us where they can. Since they came here with their fancy white uniforms, they've never taken their eyes off us. They're just waiting for us to step out of line. Then they'll take us to the monastery. Keep your eye out for Sebastian. He's always around, watching.
Tell me about Commandant Carlos.
He's the Inquisitor's watchdog. His headquarters is in the guardhouse. He sits up there controlling everyone's lives. But it's only a matter of time before he pisses enough people off.
Sounds like you could use some help.
We could. I have to scrape together a lot of gold for the Dom. If I don't send him something soon, if I don't get some gold in, I'll have problems with my own boys. If you help me, I can cut you in for a slice.
What are you offering if I do help you?
Well, I'll give you gold, and I can teach you a few things too. Give a man a fish, and he'll stink for a day. Give him a rod.
You want to teach me to fish?
In a manner of speaking. Fish for gold. I can make a pickpocket out of you. Word to the wise. You should look to the Don. Join him before you get swallowed and pissed out by the Order.
What can I do?
Costa the pawnbroker's doing good business here in the gutters. He's preying on the farmers and stuffing his pockets with gold.
So, what do you need doing?
Since the Order has been here, he hasn't paid his dues to the Don. Hired himself a bodyguard, he has, and he pays the Inquisition's taxes. What about the Don's taxes, eh? Where's our slice? Someone needs to make sure we get paid.
I'll get your gold.
Good. It's time we showed him we're still in charge in the gutters. But it won't be easy. Costa won't pay voluntarily. At least, not now he's got himself a bodyguard.
How much does Costa owe?
He's caused a lot of trouble. I'd say he owes 300 gold coins for that alone. You can keep half.
How should I get the gold from him?
I really don't care. If you give him a beating, you can probably just take it. But don't kill him. No point killing the golden goose. And it will get the Inquisition on our backs. But teaching his bodyguard a lesson wouldn't hurt.
Is there any advice you can give me?
If you just cut loose on Costa, you'll have to take care of him and his bodyguard at the same time. It'd be better to deal with them one by one. Try to provoke them, one at a time. They start the fight, then no one will interfere. You start the fight, you'll have problems with the guards.
Wait, I saw you talking to Delgado. Do you deny it?
No. And who are you?
I am Sebastian, a warrior of the Order of the Holy Flame. And you want to be careful who you get involved with.
What do you know about Delgado?
He is one of Don Esteban's men. Ruthless, the lot of them. They steal, lie, and extort. Steer clear of them.
What are you doing about the Don's people?
Inside the town, cornering them like rats in a burrow. Outside the town, the Inquisitor is slowly choking them, starving them of men, of gold, of food. Commandant Carlos will see the town is cleared of the Don's influence, and those left in the swamp will just wither and die. We'll finish Delgado, and the Don will follow.
Why don't you just throw the Don's men out of the town?
We've tried. They get back in. We don't know where or how, so now we'll use them. Finish them where they stand. You'd better decide whose side you're on. You want to be a rat, or a rat catcher?
How can I help you?
I need to know what Delgado is planning. He's careful. He knows I'm following him, but he is up to something. Since you have spoken to him, maybe you can find out for me, and we can block up another of the Don's rat holes.
What's in it for me if I help?
It will stand you in good stead if you'd like to go to the monastery. Our commander appreciates help, and the monastery can train you as a mage or as a warrior of the Order. It would be your choice, and of course you will receive a reward.
How high is the reward for Delgado?
100 gold pieces.
Halt! No one can enter this warehouse.
Everything all right, big guy?
Everything is all right.
I'm looking for training.
Ukos can train you. Train you in strength. Train you with an axe. I must ask for a little gold against my honor. But Ukos needs gold for the butcher shop.
I'd like... Hey!
Wait! Not here.
Huh?
We talk here, Carrasco will listen. He doesn't have to know everything. Let's go somewhere else.
Hey.
Hey yourself. If you like what you see, you're gonna have to pay Madame Sonia first. Until then, seeing is all you get.
Fair enough. Who is Madame Sonia?
I didn't think I'd meet someone around here who didn't know Madame Sonia. She's my boss. Owns the brothel on the Western Harbour Quay.
I see. You're the most enchanting creature I've ever seen.
Well, don't you say the nicest things. You aren't like the others in this town. You know how to talk to a woman.
I'd stop right there if I were you. You ain't going any further.
What's the problem?
The Order runs this warehouse now.
So what?
So they don't want anyone wandering in uninvited. Wandering uninvited types tend to wander out again with stuff that ain't theirs.
Too risky.
you doing hanging round here? Nothing here of interest for passers-by?
I didn't know it was out of bounds.
Ha! Why do you think I'm guarding it?
You have any problem with thieves around here?
The last bloke who tried to steal from here still can't walk without crutches. So keep your hands to yourself.
Yes? What do you want?
Do these ships really need guarding?
Ships? No. Cargo, yes. And while these ships are stuck here, it's the Inquisition's duty to protect them. So here I am.
Hey, you knew?
Hey, do you know any good jokes?
Oh man, I know the best. 3 whores are down at the harbour. A blonde, a brunette, and a redhead. The blonde says to the brunette,
I know that one. How are things going here?
Not good. Not good. These storms ain't budging.
So you're a sailor?
Fisherman. Now, there ain't no fish out there that make me want to brave these storms. So right now, I'm lugging crates. Doesn't pay much, but it's a great deal safer.
What's in all these crates?
Whatever it is, it's damn heavy.
So you don't actually know what's in them?
Trade goods, I'll wager. Spices, hides, stuff like that.
Who do they belong to?
The Order. Warehouse is theirs now.
What are they doing in there?
Storing stuff from the ruins, probably.
Too risky. I'm looking for work.
You could lug crates, but you have to talk to Carrasco. But you don't look like the crate-lugging kind of guy.
What do I look like?
Like someone who will willingly take greater risks for greater profits?
So you don't think stealing is an outrage?
Taking from the Order's not stealing. It's our duty. I pay a few lads to liberate items from the warehouse. I'm damned if I'm letting the Inquisition get all the treasure, but those lads have run up tabs to pay. They've bedded too many wenches. They're getting greedy, and I won't have that.
How exactly have they got greedy?
They stole 5 ancient armor plates that were found in the ruins.
Can this armor be used?
You mean to improve your own armor?
Yes.
They're more ceremonial than practical, but they're still very valuable.
Which lads are causing trouble?
There's Durham. He's a worker from the harbour.
Who else?
Ingvar and Vasily. Neither of them has a proper job, so they're just work for hire. Most of the time they can be found in Patty's Tavern. Fine woman she is.
What's in it for me, if I help?
You can have the gold I offered them. 50 gold pieces for each plate. 5 plates, that's 250 all in. 250's a good price. You won't get that much coin faster and easier anywhere else.
Agreed. What do you want doing with these lads? How should I handle it?
Any way you like. They've crossed me for the last time. Do what you have to do. Just get me those armor plates back. And don't let them fall into Carrasco's hands.
Do you have a problem with Carrasco?
Well, let's see. All those temples turn up and we're thinking, hurrah, the gods have finally smiled on us. Then the Inquisition arrive, take over our island and start claiming all the treasure belongs to them. How would you feel?
But
he's the worst of them. Claims I've been stealing. Even had me searched. But he's never found anything. It's an outrage! An outrage, I tell you!
In the middle of the night, right out of the ground.
lock is too difficult.